Welcome to Not From Here, a podcast dedicated to past versions of ourselves
and the current versions of all of you. We are your co-hosts. I'm Riley Klauza.
And I am Isa Rodriguez. And we are just a couple of Michiganders turned New Yorkers trying to get a grip.
Have you ever been made fun of for the way you say things or thought, damn, I never even realized I had an accent?
Well, we have too, because we're definitely
not from here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey, happy Wednesday.
Oh, hey, Wednesday, hump day.
Hump day. Yeah, we're recording on a Wednesday.
Who are we?
I don't know.
We're usually Monday, Tuesday girlies.
We are, but here we are, middle of the week, feeling, how are we feeling, Riley?
Feeling good. Actually feeling like very dead right now. It's been a busy week. I guess this goes a little bit into my update. I moved, and for those of you watching, we're in the new apartment.
Hi from new apartment.
Hey. It's great. I love it. But moving, as everyone knows, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And especially in New York City, it's a lot. And there's still stuff at my apartment that I have to go get. And I'm dreading that.
That's the realest thing. Like, moving out of an apartment here, I swear it takes, like, way longer because somehow you pack up your entire apartment and it fits into everything. Like, it fits into every box that you purchase. Like, it fits perfectly. And then you realize that there's still, like, a fourth of everything that you own. Just, like, miscellaneous, spread out all over your apartment.
No. And it's, like, also, I don't have the energy to unpack that shit.
No,
I packed it all up. Unpacking is a whole different story. But then I also have to go back to East Harlem with my little granny grocery cart and get the rest of my shit. Like,
Yeah.
I have laundry there. I have my trash can there. Stuff is in the freezer. Like, I don't know. So, yeah, I'm feeling drained, I would say, today. And I even had, like, all day yesterday off, but I was just doing shit all day. Like, unpacking, getting, like, miscellaneous stuff done. I don't know. That's how I'm doing.
My favorite thing about Riley's new apartment, though, is that we quite literally now live a 3-minute walk away from each other. Like, I don't even think I lived this close to people in college.
No,
like,
me either.
Genuinely, I thought I was running late today to come over to Riley's, and then I walked out of my apartment and was like, I'm on my way. And then, like, a minute later was like,
She was here.
Okay, I'm here.
No, this is a literal game changer for our friendship. Like, I'm going to see you too much now.
Like, we are Upper East Siders, like Blair and Sabrina, hello.
I know. Who are you? Who am I? No, I know the answer. And I don't think I like it.
Who do you think you are?
I think I'm Blair.
Okay, but you know what? I feel like that was my first thought. Yes, I'm Serena, you're Blair.
Yes.
But now that I'm thinking about it, I could also see it the other way.
Really?
Because I feel like sometimes I can be a bit of a Blair.
So here, I see that for you, yes.
Okay.
But here's the thing. When I initially watched the series, I was such a Serena girl. I'm like, fuck Blair. She is a see you next Tuesday,
So
if you
true.
know what I mean.
I was like, ugh, get over it. She
No.
slept with Nate. Like, who cares?
I know. But now, I'm like a girl's girl, grown up, matured. I'm like, fuck Serena. Like, she's not a good person.
No, I get that. When you watch things when you're like a teenager, you're like, no, this is totally acceptable
Like, she was
behavior.
the cool it girl, so
Like,
I, like,
she's
had to
just-
support her.
You know, she's just Serena Vanderwoodson. Now I'm like, that means nothing.
No, she's, like, not a good sister, like, not a good daughter, not a good friend.
A fucking mom.
Like, she's not a great person.
Hey, redeemable arc.
So you know what? And, like, and the only thing bad about Blair is she's a bitch and she knows it. Like, she's like, yeah. Like,
And can you really hate a woman that owns how much of a bitch she is?
she's just confident.
You
So,
can't. Like, she knows.
You know what? Maybe I'm not mad that I'm Blair.
You're like, actually, I think I'm mad that you're Serena. Why are you Serena?
Like, why the fuck are you her?
For me, it was just like, I was like, I'm blonde. So I'm Serena. I was like, dee.
No, I like, yeah, blonde, obvious choice. But I also think it's like, everyone loves you. Like, you get along with everyone. But yeah, so we're neighbors now,
So-
basically.
We're gonna hang out on the steps of the Met.
Oh, we should. Wait. Not From Here promo Now we're like Upper East Sider. No.
So we should do a Serena.
No, we
and
should do
Blair.
a Gossip Girl.
Who is Gossip Girl? Who's Dan?
Spoiler.
Sorry. If you haven't seen Gossip Girl, you should watch that.
Yeah, you should get on that. But no. Okay, I'm keeping that idea.
Putting a pin in it.
Isn't that a good idea, though?
That's a fabulous idea.
I think it would be fun.
Oh my
Do you wanna
god, you guys. Yeah, I mean, they already know. They just heard
I
us
feel like
say
we
it.
haven't had an episode with, like, just us catching up in a hot second. I mean, we are talking about something, but, like, we haven't caught up in a second. So,
haven't
like,
caught
sorry,
up.
everyone. You need the updates. So, what are we doing, Isa?
Okay, you guys try. Okay, if you're standing, you should probably sit down. I don't want anybody falling over and trying to sue our podcast. But we are going on the road. And that sounds like we're going on tour.
Going on tour! No.
We're going on tour. I'm joking. We're not going on
Imagine.
tour.
Okay, but one day.
One day.
One day.
No, but we are going to do an episode from the middle of the ocean. And now you may be asking, how could you possibly do an episode from the middle of the ocean?
So true.
Well, we're going to be going on a cruise. You heard it here first. We're going cruising,
But
guys.
not just any cruise.
Not just any cruise.
What's so special about this cruise?
We're going on the Norwegian Breakaway. Which, for those of you that don't know, my childhood bestie, Megan Corbett, and also possibly one of your fave guests from our podcast, is currently on Norwegian Breakaway performing as Catherine Aragon in 6. So we just decided that we must see it.
We have to be there.
And we're going to give you a full review. We're going to go. We're going to do a little, cruise style episode.
Yeah.
We're going to let Megan give you all the ins and outs of cruise life.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, everything that
I'm
you've
really
been
excited
waiting
for it.
for.
Something different, too.
different.
I know we change it up on you all every week. Where we're recording. Are we doing video? What mic are we using? You know, it changes.
Do I do professional voiceovers? Yes. Is this the only mic I have in commission right now?
Yes. For those of you that aren't watching, Isa is using a phone microphone.
I am using a phone microphone.
But it works really well. And they
does
were
work
fucking
pretty
expensive for how little it is.
yeah. So, you know what?
They're the mics from our Broad City episode. And our mics keep breaking. And we realize, wow, these little mics are doing better than the ones we actually have.
Yeah. But it won't be too long before we get a new setup.
Oh, no. We're going to get a new setup soon. We're going to be upgrading in all departments of Not From Here podcast.
But so, yeah, that's some of what we got coming up.
Yeah. So, life-wise, do you have anything going on?
Not really. I've been reading a lot. I feel like I'm
Tell
in my
them.
book era.
You literally finished a huge fucking series yesterday. And then
Guys.
today she's sitting on the couch reading aloud to me a book while I'm doing my makeup. And it's like the most dramatic scene, pivotal scene of the book. Anyway.
Yeah. So I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses, which is a book series by Sarah J. Maas. Let's not pretend like we haven't talked about it on this podcast already.
TAR.
ACOTAR is the acronym. If you know it, you probably love it. But I finally finished the 5th book yesterday, and you're probably thinking, okay, 5 books, that's not that bad. These bitches are thick.
They're the biggest book I've ever read. And I'm only on the 2nd, and they keep getting bigger.
They keep getting bigger.
Yeah.
Yo, it was a lot. And once I came out of it, I was like, no, I remember why I used to love reading, and I get why people read now, which is a really great, like, I grew up loving reading.
Me too.
And I just kind of stopped because you go to high school and then it's like, you're
reading for school.
You're an insufferable teenager. Like, you're not going to just
read for fun. But also,
yeah,
I
or
think
at least that was me.
Yeah, I feel like academia just like it ruined my desire.
Yeah.
Like to read because I was reading so much for school. Like I'm like I don't want to read for fun.
Yeah, like
I need to give my brain a break.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah.
But so I finished that series and I just ordered Sarah J. Maas's original series actually called Throne of Glass.
I didn't realize Throne of
her
Glass came out first.
Yeah.
Then ACOTAR.
Yes.
Then Ceiling of
Then Crescent City.
Why was I gonna?
think-
I was about to call it Ceiling of Glass. Is that something? Or I'm just crazy.
Throne of Glass,
Maybe that.
And you were
Ceiling.
thinking glass ceiling. The fact.
Period.
I love that. But no, so I've been reading.
What did you start today?
I started It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover for all the
Don't
girlies out there.
hate.
Don't hate. This is my first Colleen Hoover book, and I'm literally already almost done with it because I just couldn't put it down. It's definitely not Sarah J. Maas writing.
No.
But it's good.
But it like infects your mind. Like you
Yes.
can't stop thinking about it once you've started.
And my new books for the new series are supposed to come in tomorrow on Thursday. But I have to finish the second book of this series. It starts with us.
No, I read that one in a day. Like you're gonna fly.
Okay.
But you want to start
But I want to start. But yes, but what I'm saying.
tomorrow.
I'm like, I know you're saying it'll go fast, but like, I feel like I'm flying through this one and I'm still not done.
Yeah.
Is it shorter than the first one?
Unsure.
Okay.
But
Well, either way, yeah, I've got goals. Like I've set like a little read.
She got a Goodreads, everyone.
I got a Goodreads.
Not me getting a text message last night. Do you have a Goodreads?
No, well, you're the person that told me to get it.
I know. Well, why wouldn't I have it then?
Well, because I couldn't find you.
Well, I know it. Yeah,
And then I was like, oh, maybe it's not Goodreads. Maybe it's another book girly app.
it was Goodreads. How did you find me?
The
instructions?
After I texted
Oh,
you,
okay.
and she
I
sent
didn't
me
know.
specific instructions.
Okay, great. I didn't know if those worked.
Oh, they worked. They worked.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I've got some goals. I've got some goals for 2024 reading. So feeling good about that. What about you?
Okay. Well, I moved.
Okay.
We know that. My dad definitely hates me because it charged to his card, but I subscribed to Hinge Plus for a week just to give it a try because you guys, it is brutal out here. I got kicked off of Tinder. My Bumble won't work anymore since I went to Poland. I think the international stuff fucked it up. So now I'm left with Hinge, and my options are so limited. I was like, I have to see what this Hinge Plus is about. But then there's like an even like, I don't even know what it's called, but there's like an even better, like more expensive level of Hinge with more possibilities.
More what? Possibilities? What
I
does
don't
that
even
mean?
know. Like it's just like,
What are they charging
like you
me
get
for?
more likes, you get to see who likes you. I don't even fucking know. Anyway, so I got Hinge Plus with high hopes. I was like, okay, this has been my problem here because Hinge also, like the algorithm, it puts all the hot girlies. This is like scientifically proven by me, but also my other hot friends that are having the same issues. They put us in a little box, and all the attractive people can't get to us unless like, well, they can't get to us because we have to pay for them to, you know, like, isn't it fucked? Yeah. So I'm like, I'm stuck in this box, and no offense, but like literally the ugliest people I've ever seen are liking me, and I'm like, come on. It's like most compatible, and I'm like, come on. So I paid for a week. Sorry, Mark. That was on your card. We can cancel it at the end of this week. It's not going great. It's
not
all
worth
I
it.
had to say. I had two possible options, and I feel like my responses were really good, actually.
Okay.
And they both, one unadded me, and one ghosted me. So I'm like, come on. The one, his prompt was like, I'm looking for a date to my company holiday party.
Yeah.
And then so I liked that answer. And then one of my prompts is like, don't hate me if I talk about you on my podcast. Here we are. They're getting their podcast feature because his message back was like, can't wait for my podcast feature.
King, this is for you.
This is for you. And I responded. I was like, great, we'll debrief the holiday party on the pod. And he didn't answer. I thought that was a great response.
That is a great response.
He literally not just didn't answer, he
Is this the guy that
unmatched.
unadded you?
He unmatched. So second guy, everyone loves the podcast. Like that's
quippy. I like it.
It's quippy. That's what we talk about immediately. So we're talking about the podcast, and he's like, so like, how does one like get on this podcast? I don't know why they think they're getting on. It's like, I'm gonna talk about you. Like you're not coming on.
I am the Taylor Swift of your life right now.
Yeah, like, so anyway, I was like, oh, guess you're going to have to find out the hard way. And he's like, oh, is that a challenge? And I was like, yeah. First task, you have to take me out for a drink. No answer. That's a good response, right?
Are these like cloud chasers trying to like
No, they only want the podcast feature. Ugh!
that of course.
Yeah. So,
Hey King.
Hey, King. For the video watchers, Eli did just walk out of his room.
He
He
did.
tried to sneak by.
But we didn't
Oh, now he's crawling.
Woo!
Oh, under the camera. He's
We're
going to bump
getting a
it. Oh,
show.
he bumped it.
Oh yeah. Eli's always here to provide some midday entertainment.
Peek in. Say hey. Hey.
Oh.
But long story short, don't get Hinge Plus. Not worth it.
Yeah.
And no one respects my humor. This is why Isa and I are tonight going to a comedy class. Because I guess we're
going
not
to a
funny
comedy
enough.
class.
I guess
No.
I'm not funny enough. You're funny.
I want to tell you guys, you know what? You are funny.
Thank
and
you.
I think I have stopped saying I'm not funny. I started thinking that I was kind of funny in college, okay? Like, when I was in high school and I was friends with, like, some great people, some other not very great people, I used to, like, be my humorous self. And, like, some of those people that I used to be friends with used to make me feel like, oh my God, like, she thinks she's funny, but she's, like, actually not. Until I wasn't friends with those people anymore. And then I went to college and I was like, hold the fucking phone.
I'm funny.
I'm actually really funny.
No, I think you're hilarious.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
I think the most important thing is that I think I'm funny.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, especially if you're an artist, all that matters is if you think that you're fucking good at
So
doing
true.
it or that you can do it.
So true.
And so, loving that we signed up for a comedy class tonight.
I know.
Because I feel like we are funny, and, like, this is a great outlet for us to show that
We are funny.
we are funny, but we're gonna hone it in.
Yeah.
We're gonna work.
We're gonna
on the
learn how to
craft.
actually be funny.
We're gonna learn some tips and tricks.
Because I feel like our humor works well with one another.
Yeah.
And like when I like make a joke to you, like I know, like I don't even have to like be speaking English in my text. Like it can be like gibberish and you get it.
I
Like,
get it.
And you're like giggling about it. But we need to learn how to be funny to other people.
I'm trying to be funny for you
For
guys.
the viewers and listeners.
Anyway, yeah. So that's my journey with being funny.
And then lastly, in my little update, I'm starting a book club. And Isa's in it. But it's going to be here at this apartment. But I wanted to say this on air because if anyone wants to join like digitally, like you don't, not like through Zoom, but like read the book, like follow along with us, like read the book and like maybe we chat about it on the pod. I don't know. Crazy idea. So we are reading, what's it called? Good Material.
Good Material by Dolly Alderton.
Thank you. Yeah.
I looked it up last night. I added it to my Goodreads.
Period. But our first meeting is January 21st. So if you have it read by then, maybe we'll talk about it on here.
Maybe we'll let you
Maybe. Anyway, Isa, what are we talking about today?
Am I lazy or do I need to slow down?
Such a valid question.
That's what we're talking about.
We are.
And we've kind of briefly talked about this way back.
Like beginning era.
So back in the beginning of Not From Hair, we did an episode called Burn Baby Burn about, you know, burnout and stress and kind of what that does to us and to our lives. And so we're just kind of gonna touch on it again because I feel like we are very similar and we always find ourselves asking ourselves, like, am I being lazy or am I
Like, do I need to just be patient with myself?
and just chill out for a second?
Yeah. I feel like that comes up like every few months for us. It's back.
It's the
back.
circle.
I've been feeling very, very lazy lately, and I don't think it's necessarily me being lazy. I think it's what's going on in life. So yeah, today's episode, we're just going to deep dive this time around as we've both caught a severe case of burnout.
True.
So let's start off with the idea of slow living. And I know you're all wondering, what the hell is slow living? Well, let me read you a little definition.
Tell us, Riley.
It is where you decide to live a more balanced, conscious, and meaningful life through slowing things down and appreciating what you have and what's around you.
Love this. Love this idea, y'all.
Love this.
It's crazy because it sounds so fucking simple. But
No.
when I tell you I tried it for the first time like 2 weeks ago, I'm not going to give you all the details because then it wouldn't be fun. But a couple weeks ago, I did something that I would say was like a really big deal for
really big deal.
my career. Bra strap. A couple weeks ago, I did something that I would say was like I felt was pretty big for my career. And I was having one of these moments, and especially in like the theater industry, things happen so quickly. Like like you'll do something like one day and then the next day you're like, well, I'm back to my life of, you know, working from home and making minimum wage and you know. But I like booked this thing and did it for a day, and I told myself before I went in, I was like, I don't care how insecure you get, how self-conscious you get, like how annoyed, how hungry, how tired. I don't care what emotions wash over you today. Your only goal is to try and soak in what is happening.
Totally.
And I left that day, and
How'd
I know
you feel?
obviously like it was a good day for me nonetheless, but the extra mental like thing that I told myself like really helped. And I realized that like if I applied that to every day, like I would probably find more joy in the things that are around you, you know, because I feel like you're always looking to the next thing, the next day, the next audition, the next whatever it may be.
Yeah. And I feel like slow living can, like, you hear that and I feel like it's kind of like, what? Like, what the fuck does that mean? But it basically, like, boils down to slowing down to your own pace and not the pace that society has, like, dictated to us. Like, you need to do this at this, like, this pace and whatnot, you know?
Right.
And so I think that looks different for everyone.
Yeah.
And so, question for you, what has you feeling so burnt out lately?
Ugh, I don't know. I just feel like I try and do so many things like all at once. Like it's not that I can't multitask. It's not that I can't put multiple things on my plate at the same time, but I just feel like I say yes to so many things, and then I have to admit to myself that I what is the word? Overbooked myself. Overcommitted.
Is that the word?
And then it's like a feeling of burnout, but it's also so much like guilt and shame kind of, because you're like, holy shit, like I did that to myself. Like if I had just said no, I wouldn't be feeling like a piece of shit right now.
No one's fault but my own.
So yeah, I think it's just like a mixture of the feeling of being overwhelmed with like everything that you have to do, and then also just feeling that guilt and being like, wow, like this is kind of on me. Like I should have managed myself and my resources and like my time better, I guess. Yeah. But what has you feeling so burnt out?
I think a lot of things. Obviously moving, as I talked about earlier, that's just a beast in its own. But also I've been like really trying to avoid the grief that's like been coming up during the holidays. Like I've been trying to distract myself from it, and obviously it's going to come up at some point. Like I can't just keep like pushing it down, because it's going to like bubble over, and it has many times. So definitely that, and I feel like I'm not in a set routine right now, and I'm such like I'm a very like schedule oriented person, and like I need that for my mental health to like be good, and I'm just not right now, and that's my own fault. But I need to like find some kind of set schedule. Like I like go like wake up this time, go to bed this time, work these days, go to dance class these days, like something like of that sort. And so I'm definitely like really lacking that, and I think that is the biggest contributor to this burnout, because I feel like I'm living like day to day at this point. Like, oh, what do I have today? Like, you know,
that's a really, I totally understand that. So basically we're just here to remind you that like, it's okay to slow down. We definitely are very similar in that we like freak out when we have so many things to do, because we feel the pressure of people depending on us and the responsibilities. And we also are just very driven and passionate about our careers. So it's like, we're trying to get to the next thing, and then it feels like sometimes letting yourself down.
Absolutely.
But we are here to tell you that you are not alone. Even we understand that feeling of being burnt out and overwhelmed and stressed, but you're not being lazy. It's okay to take time for yourself, and it's okay to slow things the F down.
And it's okay to rot. Always rot. I think a rot is required a little bit each day for me personally. Like I need that time in the morning, at night, whatever that may be, just to decompress.
To decompress, baby. So what are some ways that we can practice slowing down?
Yeah, so we have a little list for you guys. So take a moment of silence each day for yourself, whether you're driving or on a hot girl walk. Pause your podcast or music and try taking a moment to sit in the silence with your thoughts.
Yes, love that. Also, letting thoughts hit you, even if they're like really stressful ones or overwhelming ones, letting them hit you, acknowledging it, and then just letting it pass. I also love trying to do that. When it comes to social media, if you're scrolling, take a moment with each piece of content that you're consuming. Just like really look at it and be there, because scrolling through social media is already frantic as it is. But instead of just watching for a second and kind of like doom scrolling and just swiping immediately. Sit with what you just read or watch and try and just process and reflect and be impacted by it.
Totally. And in the same realm of things, try to surround yourself with content that fulfills you and leaves you feeling good. You know, the world is a scary enough place, and scrolling on social media should be a way that you can decompress and like distract yourself from like what's going on. And obviously, like, there are news sources and stuff through social media, like, important, but like your content should make you feel good.
Yeah.
Like, that you're consuming, that you're putting out there. Like, don't, if you you know, we always say, like, mute those people, unfollow those people, like, do what you need to do for your sanity. Like, it is okay.
Make your social media a safe space for yourself.
Totally, yeah.
Another thing, spend time alone. Become comfortable with sitting in your own energy. I love this one. You just kind of have to learn how to be alone with yourself. It's one of the many things I think of, like, growing up and getting older and, like, learning to love yourself. So the first step to that is really just spending time with yourself alone without anybody else.
Yeah. And I know this one for me, like, specifically, I was like, yes, when I was, like, doing research. But practice taking a pause and thinking about what you say before speaking instead of filling with filler words like, well, so, etc. Take a breath and respond. Don't react. It's okay to take your time. You are not wasting time as long as you're using it intentionally. I needed to hear that literally my entire life, because I always, like, if someone asks me a question, I never want to, like, I want to be like, oh, I'm on top of it. Like, I know, like, what I'm going to say immediately, because I feel like in my brain, at least, it's like, see, I'm, like, doing it right now. Oh, I was taking a pause, actually.
You're like,
no. No, but I feel like if I, like, do take that pause, it, like, gives the perception of, like, I don't know what I'm talking about, or I don't know, like, I'm dumb, or whatever that may look like, when in reality, like, in any situation, you should take a pause, like, think about what you're going to say, and then say it.
Yeah. I love that. Absolutely. That's a great one.
Thanks. Thanks to TikTok, where I do my research.
Right. Similar to what you were saying about your schedule, nailing down a morning routine and a nighttime routine that accommodates all of your needs and kind of, like, gets you to the place that you need to be in order to have a good day, or vice versa, to come down from that day and prepare yourself for a night.
Yeah. Turn off your phone or do not disturb for a set amount of time a day, and do something that fulfills you outside of electronics. You know, we spend so much time on our phone or on our computers for work or watching TV, or, like, we're just, like, so, like, our society is so electronic and technology driven. Like, it's nice to, like, take a step back from that and, like, whew, I'm a human. Like, wow, I don't need social media and technology 24/7 to be alive. Yes,
absolutely. And this last one, we really mean it from the bottom of our hearts.
Yes.
Say no to what doesn't serve you, whether that's a thing, a job, or a person. It's 2023. We're done being people pleasers, and you should be too.
Period.
Still shopping for the holiday season? Check out Not From Here's favorite candle business, the Baja Co. Michigan homemade luxury candles at an amazing price. What more could you want? Shop their holiday collection now at thebajaco.com and follow them on Instagram at thebajaco.
Cindy Lou. Who?
Okay, you guys, I'm on TikTok, and tell me why I saw a TikTok.
Of
Cindy Lou, who broken down super, you know, the really emo edit, and the caption is, Camila Cabello. Am I right? And I'm like, there's no way Cindy Lou Who is about Camila Cabello.
I haven't listened to it.
Did Sabrina Carpenter and Shawn Mendes date?
I don't think so.
There's, like, one line she says in the song about red lips, and everybody's like, it's Camila Cabello. Okay, and they're, like, stitching the pictures of her.
What?
It was so random.
But the only line that, like, could be it is red lips.
I mean, yeah, there's other ones about how, like, this guy that she's referring to just, like, idolizes this girl, and it's, like, always been her or something. But I'm like, they were pulling up pictures of Sabrina and Shawn Mendes at, like, some event, and where they're not even looking at each other or talking to each other. So I'm like, where did you guys get this info that they used to be together?
People just love to stir the
like,
pot.
Are we under a rock? Like, what?
We are.
Did we miss that? Like, when did that happen?
I have no idea.
So
I don't think I've ever heard of them being together.
So maybe go listen to
Remember when
Cindy
she was
Lou Who.
with Joshua Bassett?
Yes.
That's like the tea I know.
Oh, I know.
She's been with other people too, but I don't think Shawn Mendes.
I know. I'm like, since when?
But maybe we're just dumb.
I know.
I
So
don't know.
so possibly more coming on that.
We're not credible sources.
Or
we
maybe I
just
just-
love to speak.
Maybe I just made it onto a weird side of TikTok.
So true. Okay, Isa.
Yes.
Hell's Kitchen is moving to Broadway. How are we
my
feeling?
God. We're feeling insane. You guys, if you don't know, Hell's Kitchen is a musical written by Alicia Keys, or the music and lyrics are written by her, better said. It is also about her life and kind of how she got into this career. Riley and I both saw it because shout out Eli. Garman. He is working on the show.
Currently.
At the Public Theater as a video operator. So we got to go see the show and
So good.
it was life-changing.
I haven't seen anything that has made me feel the way I felt leaving Hell's Kitchen in so long.
Yeah.
And it was so refreshing to see a piece of theater that really like made me feel something.
Yeah, it was a very moving thing.
Oh,
I
totally.
completely agree. Yeah, I want to see it again.
No, me too. When it moves to Broadway, we have to
We
go.
have to go again. But yeah, if you are looking for a show to see on Broadway in this next season, Hell's Kitchen has high
It's just like
reviews
the
from us.
choreography's good. And like, okay, I'm going to say it as a jukebox musical hater.
Yeah.
I hate them. I don't like them. I'm like, why can't we come up with something original? But
So true.
this is like the first jukebox musical I've seen in a while that I've been like, wow, this song makes sense here.
Yes.
Like it like emotes everything that like the character is feeling. And it like it's not just like, oh, we need to put this song in, like how do we make it fit? Like it makes so much sense with the plot. And her music is just like so obviously it's not musical theater, but it like it's just like she is such a great storyteller in her writing that it just like it makes so much sense for it to be in a musical.
Yeah, and I also love that it's not like
Your
like
traditional
show
tune.
tune
Yeah.
because
oh, totally.
I just love that so much, and I think that like our industry changes every day with like what genres are considered musical theater or like what is considered like real theater, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
The industry is just like completely like flipped upside down.
Absolutely.
Like anything is theater at this point, I swear. Isa,
Riley,
I know you saw it. Jeremy Allen White and Rosalia.
I can't. You guys, I love Rosalia. I love her, and we love Jeremy
him.
Allen
We
White.
love
Like, are you
him.
kidding?
My favorite white guy.
Acting
Actually,
king.
there's
my
so
favorite white guy.
he's in the top 3. You know Paul Mescal's number 1.
Top 3. Oh, love that. Wow.
Anyway. Those two, they're the most attractive couple I've ever
So
seen.
Not From Here ships them really fucking hard. Yeah, like I just want them to stay together forever.
I saw the picture and I was literally like gagged. I was like, oh! And I like sent it to you immediately because I was like, oh, I know Isa will appreciate this.
It's just so good. Like, it's just so good.
And it just makes so much sense. It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
In like the weirdest way.
I know. I'm like happy for them.
Ugh, I can't. Isa, what are we talking next week?
We're going to give you guys a New York City check-in as we close out 2023. Just, you know, some highlights, some thoughts as we wrap up. But yeah,
Yeah.
we keep it fresh.
It's been a while. It's been a while and a lot has changed for us here in the city. So
yeah.
let's chat. If you guys haven't already, please check out our YouTube channel and our TikTok. If you don't follow that already, or subscribe, or whatever you,
It is that you
need to do, because our social media team is literally killing the game, and you are missing out if you have not checked out what they've been working on. So just a reminder that is at notfromhere.podcast. That is NOTFROMHERE.PODCAST. And for the YouTube, just look up Not From Here podcast. And if, okay, guys, there's another Not From Here podcast. Just ignore that. So, like, if you're having problems, just search up, like, Riley Klauza or Isa Rodriguez, and it'll pop right up. Okay, you didn't hear that. Anyway, as always, I'm Riley Klauza.
And I am Isa Rodriguez, and we are definitely
Not From Here. Bye. Love you guys.